Greetings, loves. Now, this brother here just came across with some BS, and I just want y'all to know that it's BS, okay? Don't fall for the BS, okay? So we got to talk about this now, and he kind of pissed me off with it. But before we go there, they got a new guy here. So let's peep in on this real quick before we talk about this BS.
All right, right off top, I'm awkward. I'm socially awkward. And I feel like that was induced, like I induced that upon myself. And like my voice is shaking right now, so it's like I gotta get it.
It's all good.
I got like a cool personality on real shit. It's just right now my energy going. But anyway, like I'm socially awkward. And to be honest, that's something about myself I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I have it in me to stand in front of millions of people and speak strongly. It's just right now, it's just my voice kind of shaking.
Hold on, what's up they talking about? Let me rewind this a second. Hold on, y'all.
About Angel, but as you can see right now, we here at these. We're welcoming our new, fellow soul by nature. Yeah, man. Welcome home, man. You know, we just did the bag check. Everything checked out. We came with plenty of gifts from Babylon for us that we couldn't get here.
Okay, he bought some Castile soap. Okay, I makes that. Y'all know this already. I makes that. Looks like they brought it out of the store. If they were Carbon Nation, Nature Boy, getting back to nature, the females there would know how to make not only bar soap, but their own liquid Castile soap. But they're honored because somebody coming there brought them liquid soap. Shame, 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 shame. But over here in Babylon, I makes my own soap.
We brought a lot of peppermint soap and, some things that we need, castor oil. We appreciate it. Man, how's it feel, man? How's it feel being back at home,
man? It's funny how they get goods. It's funny how they get goods instead of making it. That's interesting. Wow, okay.
I don't really have words to explain how I feel right now. All right, right off top, I'm awkward. I'm socially awkward. And I feel like that was induced, like I induced that upon myself. And like my voice is shaking right now, so it's like I gotta get it.
It's all good.
I got like a cool personality on real shit. It's just right now my energy going. But anyway, like I'm socially awkward. And to be honest, that's something about myself I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I have it in me to stand in front of millions of people and speak strongly. It's just right now, it's just my voice kind of shaking. I don't like that about myself. But that's something that I got to work on.
Yeah,
I'm going to work on it.
Who told you you were socially awkward? If you didn't prove this shit, you're not socially.
You're not socially awkward. But you might feel that.
On the inside.
I wouldn't continue to cast that. You're not socially awkward. Since you took off from the plane, you've been like a cool dude, but you're not socially awkward. We've met socially awkward.
That's what I feel. I feel like
we've met socially.
I feel like you cool. Right now you can feel a little nervous energy.
A little nervous.
That's gonna subside. That's gonna settle, and it's gonna be a lot more smoother. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just trying to be honest with how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But and the reason why I say I'm socially awkward is because like growing up, because of what I went through, I kind of distanced myself from people. So like in school, like I would be that dude that's off in the corner, like in the back of the class type stuff. And then just doing that and sticking to that, like I lost because all right, let me slow down. Like I lost.
What? You nervous? You joining a group of gang, a whole bunch of guys, and only a couple of these guys have females, and it's just like what you.
Lost the ability to communicate with my peers and people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I spent my whole life trying to relearn that and trying to figure out who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful to you, shit, because you helped me find my mind.
I got you. I have to do that for you.
Man, where the fathers at? Where's the fathers at over here in Babylon? In existence. Where the fathers at? Why y'all dropping a ball? You know, pick the balls up. No, for real. Stop. Come on now. We can do better than this. Because they shouldn't be running around here looking, male or female, looking for somebody to help them find their way, find themselves. This is sad. This is sad.
That's facts. Like, I don't even want to just name drop, but I went through so many people trying to find information and knowledge. Y'all dropped a lot of the names, you know what I'm saying? And those people, it was like, it gave me direction, but it didn't show me the way. You know what I'm saying? It just led me from point A to point B to point C. So finally, I vibrated to somebody that can show me the point Z. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Oh man, get out of here. You about to start crying? We ain't got time for
Same,
that.
it ain't the same.
Fellow soul, man. Fellow soul, man.
Huh, girl in the comment section says she'll lose weight for him.
Oh, man. Your moon sign, what's the houses? What's going on? Huh?
Oh, man. Welcome home,
Motherfucker. It's better for you to meet me. My name is Master G. It's a pleasure for you to meet me. Alright, so what's your sign? What's going on?
I'm a Leo sun in the 5th house.
Okay. Yeah, I just seen that today. I seen it on somebody's chart.
Venus, Virgo. Yeah.
Okay.
My Jupiter's in Cancer.
He do music. Check his music out, y'all. Go on his page, follow him up. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. Everybody good? Yeah. Welcome home, man. Welcome home, man. We gonna have a new name for you by tomorrow. You gotta figure that out right now. Alright, so let's get settled in, man. Let's get you settled in, man. Alright? I love myself. You?
Okay, so here we go. So listen at this dude spit this BS right here.
Peace, goddesses. Peace, earths. Today I'm gonna let you in on a little secret about me. I'm gonna let the room get full. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret about me. I wanted to talk about the indigo woman. We call her the black woman, the melanated woman. All right, you could turn it all the way off, baby. You hear me? Okay. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret.
This dude think he's smart, but he's not what he thinks he is. Now, I saw Jazzy say, I think it was last week, that she was going to chill out or scale back on um, breaking down things about him because she notices that he actually listens and watches what she says and then takes it and uses it. Okay. After she says it, he turns around and he demonstrates that what she has said and predicted. Okay. Remember when he had the young lady and he was telling her, that she was indigenous and she's indigo and all that kind of stuff. And I played the video about it. All right, here we go.
Something about me I haven't told you before, but maybe you might have figured it out. See, me personally, I don't like my woman to speak. I don't like my woman to talk.
Lies. All lies. All lies. Before it was Aya couldn't be chiefess because she was too timid, she was too quiet, she don't talk. You shamed her for this. You shamed her. You need to talk more, Aya. And then when she went to go talk, you was like, oh yeah, then you went to your Instagram and you did a couple of videos and then you slacked off, but you want to be cheap. Remember the time when you and Eliana was shaming her when she said that she wanted to be chiefess and she wanted Eliana to actually leave the time that she was trying to leave. Now you really want your woman to be quiet. Okay.
Publicly. I don't like my woman on Front Street. I really don't like my woman to be heard at all. Me personally, I think it's more powerful for a woman to be seen and not heard in her actions. If it was up to me, you would never hear my woman speak. You would just see them doing things, smiling, being beautiful, powerful. It's a power and mystery if it was up to me. And that's why I don't really present Aya and
Comment
Gaia as much because that's not my forte. My forte is not to have my woman all on Front Street. I feel like a woman should be seen and not heard. A lot of women, that's old school, that's just me. I feel like a woman should be mysterious. Even if she dances, but not speak. A woman should dance. She should be doing something, not
What movie has he watched this time?
speaking. A woman is ruled by the right brain. I think it's the most powerful thing when a woman is only using actions to speak. And so for me, it has been really tough to show my relationship with Eliana.
Let me tell you something, fool. When you come up with something that's totally different than what you have been saying and what you have been displaying, we know that you pulled it from something. We know that you got it from somewhere else. We know that you're faking, okay? So stop it. Just stop it.
But it's something
We're
that
laughing at you.
I needed to do to show the black woman that, and to show the black man that we can't give up on our black woman, our indigo woman. Our indigo woman deserves our patience and our love. Because as soon as we get money, we ditch them to the side. And I want you to know that I have success. And I will never ditch on you. I will never get a white girl, because the white girls are in my inbox. And I know they won't treat me the way that Eliana might treat me. And the way black women give you a hard time when you get successful and you become a man that can.
You've said several times that you would take a white wife. You told can never remember his name. When he interviewed you, you'd take a white wife.
Have multiple women that can be powerful. Once a black man gets power, his woman start running her mouth because she's been weaponized in her insecurities. And most of us black men, we just give up on our woman and we get a white woman or some kind of other. I probably get a local woman who ain't gonna backtalk me or nothing like that. But I utilize my relationship and the hardships I'm going through with Eliana to not only display what's going on in our black community as far as the single black woman, how the government has conditioned us to be against one another and broken the family and made a woman feel more powerful as a man, or make it all equal so that the woman feels that she has equal rights. So the woman is confused. She don't know if she's a man or a woman. Our woman is confused. She don't know her place. She don't know her part. And so I show my relationship publicly with Eliana. And although it's been up and down, unstable emotionally, and most of you were like, just get rid of her. If I give up on Eliana like that, just give up on her like that, I give up on my woman, the black indigo woman. And I chose something different. I chose to deal with her in the demographic of her behavior and my woman collectively in our community. To show the black man that you gotta be patient with your woman. Just because you got power, you can do whatever you want. That don't mean that you can just throw her away with your child. Because that's what we do us men when we get power. We don't fuck with our woman like that. We go get us a white girl or a Spanish chick or a Kardashian. I'm in a lot of power right now. I can have probably any kind of woman I want.
He got a white girl on the way. Boy, just say you got a white girl on the way. Just stop playing.
Right now. But I keep Eliana, you know why? Because Eliana's my motherfucking woman. And we broken and we getting better. We're growing together. And to show every black man out there that got money and success that don't you ditch your fucking woman. And every time we get power, we abuse it. And we leave her feeling like she ain't shit when I was just watching this interview with Rizza Islam and Nick Cannon. And basically Nick Cannon is talking about me. He's talking about what we're doing here in Carbonation. You understand what I'm saying to you?
He got a white girl on the way.
And he's talking about polygamy, stuff like that. And all our women need is some reprogramming, patience, love, understanding, education, and compassion. And so what I did was I displayed that. And in the process of that, I basically went through what a man would go through in America, nigga. Cops being called on me being called a woman beater. You know, all of the shit that I would have basically went through just trying to be patient with my woman. If you see, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me and Eliana. What you're seeing is what's going on in the black community. When the men get power in any kind of position, we get our power, and the women go fucking nuts. They go crazy because we could deal with more than one woman. But I haven't lied to Eliana. Other men in our community would sleep around and cheat on her and treat her like shit. I didn't lie to her. I told you the truth. I told you that we're being more indigenous. We're polygamous. And so Eliana is just dealing with the truth of the matter. And unlike the men in our community, I wasn't pussy. I was straight up with Eliana from the beginning. And Eliana, seeing all the women at me, gets jealous. And that's natural. And I get it. But I ain't letting you go, baby. And I mean that to every black woman out there as your black man, as your indigo man, as your aboriginal man.
He got a white girl on the way.
I'll never give up on you. Ever. Ever. Because you all we got. I ain't gonna go run and get no white girl. You know what I'm saying? Even though I might have a white wife. I might give me a white wife.
Exactly.
I have one white wife. Might have one Spanish wife. So what? I'm the original man. Anything I touch is turning melanated.
You hear that? Contradictory. He did all that to blow smoke up your butt so you can accept him having a white girl.
But I ain't never giving up on my woman, ever. That's why I keep Eliana. And I want to make her chiefess. You know why? Because that's my woman. That's the shit we dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is, and we gonna get through it. And I ain't never gonna give up on you just because I got some power and I can have any woman I want. Hell no. I love myself too much for that. Now the behavior is not called for. The behavior is not okay, and we established that, and so did Eliana established that the behavior is not okay. You see what I'm saying? So if you are confused, you can call in. You ain't gotta be confused. I'm here for you to understand. I'm here for you to understand. Y'all call in if y'all got questions about what I'm talking about. If you are confused in any kind of way. But like I said, I don't like my woman to be seen. I don't like my woman to be heard. My woman, I like them to be seen doing beautiful things like gardening, dancing, laughing, smiling, writing. That's what I feel like a woman for me. My type of woman, that's my type of woman. She don't want to be on camera. But she want to be on camera as art, just expressing herself like the earth that she is. And like I said, the only reason why I let Eliana and my business be live like that is because I wanted to show the black woman who we are. And you can't, Eliana got it honest. She represents well the heart of the black woman and our conditionings, the psychological condition. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all can call in. Shout out to everybody out there drinking wine. If you don't understand, call in and ask questions.
This dude.
You tell me you off the Wi-Fi, please.
Hey, what's up, brother? What's up? How you doing?
Peace, God. How you feel?
I know they hate having to get off the Wi-Fi every time he live, which is all the time. I wonder if they get a cut of that money.
I'm feeling wonderful, man. I want to ask you a question real quick.
Yes.
Man, looking at me, where you think I'm from?
I don't know where you from. Well, your accent sound like you from Africa.
He should be able to tell them where he from. He can tell people they indigenous to the land and they not from Africa, this, that, and the third. I mean, if you able to tell somebody what their heritage is, what their ancestry is, then you should be able to look at this dude to tell him where he from, brother.
Okay, then. So now, what is the difference between me and you?
The difference between me and you are latitude and longitude. It's called ley lines. You understand? The earth has different frequencies that it deals with. Truly, there is no difference between me and you. I am you and you are me. But in
Real
the
talk.
illusion,
You know,
and the illusion of separation, wait, let me finish my statement, brother. In the illusion of separation, there's a big difference between me and you, and that needs to be noted. I'm an Aboriginal American, and you are probably an Aboriginal African, and meaning in the state of ley lines in what are called magnetic grids of the earth. Different latitudes and longitudes and conditions through nature and environment epigenetically give us different expressions of phenotypes. But go ahead.
right. So, brother, I've been following you for a minute. You know, one thing I'm gonna say is that I respect you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're one of the realest brother I ever seen on even right in the present day United States that I live in right now. But I'm gonna tell you something. I was watching your video one time. You know, you was like you guys are no African and stuff like that. But you know, me coming from Africa, originally from Africa, we have a perspective about brothers from the United States because of the history and everything. What happened is still intact back there in Africa. So I came here with the mentality of, because of, according to the history, because of where I'm from, my people my people make over 50% of the people that were taken into slavery. So people barely can even tell if I'm from the United States, not until I speak. That's why I asked the question first of all. That do you think I'm
I don't know how. I don't know how. It's visible.
from the United States or where you think I'm from? I just want to hear. But you were smart enough to pick my accent. You know what I'm saying, and I respect that. I came here with the mentality of I'm coming to mix with my brothers in the United States. But when I got down here, there's just too much of a misconception. Ain't nothing wrong with you claiming the aboriginal of this land, because at the end of the day, we are the first human being on this planet. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't going nowhere for real. When it comes down to the United States, we're here and we're here to stay. And I'm all about melanated people, and I'm here for our people to take over this land. You know what I'm saying? But when a black man, tell other people that they know from Africa, I can understand that you have been, you have fallen in love with this land. This is your land, because at the end, we are the first person if you want to go back to genetics. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I like what you're doing. You having 10 wives is our culture, man. That's our culture. You know what I'm saying? And every black man on this planet is polygamous, but most women in America wouldn't understand that, because they've been brainwashed with a Eurocentric pattern, so they feel like we're supposed to be, one man, one woman. That's a lie. In Africa, as long as you can take care of 10 women, you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And trust me, those women will never have a problem with it as long as each and every one of them is being taken care of. You know what I'm saying? But in the United States, they have this society has been so Eurocentric. Everybody think like a European.
It's funny how they speak about taking care of them financially, but women desire and need more than just to be taken care of financially. So how can you take care of several women in other ways that they need to be taken care of? A lot of guys can't take care of one woman in the ways that they need to be taken care of. So how can they take care of several? And I mean, especially if you have to financially provide for several women, your time is going to be spent to providing that financial money. So how you going to be making sure you're taking care of them in the other ways? People you expect females to sacrifice all of that just because you want to have several women? Fuck that.
When I first got here, it was so different because the mentality is quite obvious. You know what I'm saying? So you keep doing what you're doing, man. I like your spirit, and I want you to
get out of here with this phony baloney crap, because ain't nothing real about this dude. And he talking all of this and all of that. He's wick whack. You're not for real about all of this, and then you're gonna turn around and tell me you're gonna get a white woman. Out of here. You just negated everything that you claiming about yourself.
But it's land. Trust me.
Right.
I support you, bro.
I want to clear up something. When I say I'm not African, that don't mean I'm not your brother.
Right.
Please believe me, all indigenous people that are one with this earth is my brother.
Right.
My sister, my mother, my father, my family. Anybody that's one with this planet and respects the earth and respects the principles and morals of the laws of nature are my sister and brother. And my mother, and my father, and my family.
Real talk, because I was getting offended on your live one time. I was really getting offended because I've been following you, brother. I love what you're doing. Trust me. But when you was telling everybody,
send me some land. Shit. Don't be following me and don't goddamn send me some wives and some land. Shit. Yeah, I can hear you. I said, don't follow me. Don't send me no wives or some land. I need wives.
Man, see, I'm telling you, if you step your feet in Africa, every woman want to be with you, brother. This is reality, man.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this: if I was to move to Africa, I feel like I would abandon my people.
No, you wouldn't, because at the end of the day, they will never let you. They're gonna tell you these are your people. Damn.
Are you?
Bye, Untumbre.
Okay, so listen. African American people, and I know that a lot of African people lately have been offended by the things that I was saying, and I want to get back to the things I was talking about as far as the black indigo woman. But I want to tell every African out there that I love all our melanated people. I love all the African people, and I hope that you follow suit in what I'm doing here, and that I inspire you as well in your home, because you already are close to nature as it is. But I'm here to teach my people. When I say my people, I'm talking about a certain demographic of melanated people. I know the islands hear me, the Caribbeans hear me. Everybody listens to me and watches me and listens to my message. It's very important that we get close to nature again.
Huh? No, they don't, boy.
Before we get close to nature, we must get close to our woman, because she's the physical representation of the earth. And this is why I'm talking about the indigo woman. The indigo woman is the original woman, the melanated woman is the physical human manifestation of nature. So me and her, we are the physical manifestation of the human nature and the human part of nature. And if we're going to love nature, we have to love our woman first. And I wanted to make a distinct understanding, because the Indian people in India that are melanated, there's melanated Indian people.
This popcorn person, I think it's a relative of Eliana's, because they was on there the other day saying grandma will hug you and kiss you soon. Now they saying you wrong for not answering me. You know I know you running for me, but why though?
People in India, right? These people are melanated too, and they live close to the land. There's a lot of people that live close to the land there. So was the melanated Mexican people that live close to the land. All of you are my brothers. All of you are my sisters. Please don't ever get it messed up when I'm talking to a certain demographic of people where I came from. I'm talking to hip hop. I'm talking about African American culture. I'm talking to my people in the sense of culture. But we are all original black men, no matter where you go. Guyana, South America, all of you hear me, and I never want any of you think that I'm not talking to you too. It goes for you too. I'm just talking to my people in perspective directly. But everything that I say goes for all of us. We must all take on the morals and the principles of nature. We must all live in harmony with the earth and the planet. We must all live in harmony with each other and studying. And how to do so is by studying the 5 mathematics, which is astrology, biology, quantum physics, melanin, and grounding. These 5 sciences will allow us to understand the morals and principles that must lead us. We must be led by morals and principles. So I'm going to take the next caller.
Somebody said if your parents' background is Dominican Haitian, how does that make you Indigenous American? He's reading it. He's just ignoring it. Look at his face.
Peace reflection.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on?
Good. I just want to know, why did you allow white people at the camp?
Because I allow white people in my camp because of the fact that I don't see color in general, because I'm a loving individual, because I have compassion to know enough that everybody white that ain't the devil. The devil is the weakness in the heart of all men. The devil is not a certain skin complexion, and that there are people with less melanin that are very loving beings. And so I am not a person that is of prejudice and against the white race in totality. I judge people by their morals and principles, not individually. And as long as someone see eye to eye with what I stand for, I'm willing to work with them and fight with them, as long as they and fly with them, as long as they have a heart, morale for it. Go ahead.
No, sorry to cut you off, Chief. But do you feel like you can be in tune with nature, with honkies, with peckerwoods?
Yes.
Even though they are opposite.
Even though they are lacking melanin, yes.
Even though
Just
they're
because
not.
somebody's lacking melanin.
Let her ask her own question, boy.
does not mean that they're not a nice person or a good person. We need to understand that. It's 2018.
Okay, well, they treat us like shit, so I don't know why you're sleeping for them.
Huh?
I said they treat us like shit, so I don't know why you're defending them so much. They don't even like you. They don't
the only people that's treating me like shit, only people that's treating me like shit is my own people.
Really?
And I want you to go look, just, I have 780 videos on teaching, on knowledge, and the only people that's bashing me are my own people.
Right. We are our own worst enemies sometimes, so.
So no.
Because you're affecting us, Dodo Bird. Look who you have over there, Dodo Bird. Look who you're preaching to and about, Dodo Bird, not them. What you're doing doesn't really affect them, Dodo Bird. Look at the children that you have over there, Dodo Bird. Their parents are what? Your people, Dodo Bird. You think white people are going to bash you because of that, Dodo Bird? No, it's going to be us, Dodo Bird.
White people are hating me. Only people that's hating me is my own people.
Right. Dodo Bird.
Right. But what about, you say how you love Indigo Woman, right?
Absolutely. The best woman on the planet.
Right, okay, cool. Look.
Get rid of all the melanated people you have over there. Get you completely only white people over there, and then you'll see who's hating you then. Okay? Dodo Bird.
How they're treating Indigo Woman in America.
Well, you got to understand, Pete, this is why I'm here, to waken the Indigo Woman up, to let her know she's greater than that.
But then you love the white folks that are treating your women like that?
It's not about white. No one is treating our woman like that. You can only treat yourself like that. You have the option to leave. You have the option to make a better life for yourself.
What about Sandra Bland?
Yeah, I wanted to say this. The system is the system.
Yeah, and who runs the system? That's white people. White people run the system.
Right.
There's no black person in the system. There's no African in the system. There's no Congolese. There's no Jamaican. There's no a black African man. They're all white people. So when you're talking about the system, you're referring to white people, yes?
When I'm talking about the system, I'm talking about a particular group of white people, not all white people. See, you can't do that. That's what they want us to do. They don't want us to target our enemy. We have to target our. Wait, hold on. We have to target our enemy. You cannot blame all white people for particular white people that we're talking about.
Okay, so
now,
right. Sorry, Chief. Go ahead.
There's a particular type of white person, right, that is our enemy. Not all white people are our enemy.
Okay, so we're all the good white people then. See, that's the thing with black folks. We always like to feel bad for all these white folks. We always like to say, oh, well, there's some good white people. Well, not all white people are racist. Okay, so we're the good white ones then. I want to find the good white ones.
You would have to be a good melanated person to find good people, period.
Wow.
You are what you attract. And I attract all walks of colors, of good and bad people. But the most that I see in my reality that hate me, that bash me, if you go to Nature Boy Exposed, you're going to see black people exposing me and crucifying me. You are not going to see white people crucifying me.
Okay, you guys saw my 2 videos on the Kyla Reed story, okay? Now, listen to me carefully. When he had that white girl, Kyla Reed, there, he was being exposed by who? The man. Okay? He had a freaking BBC special. Okay? He was on the news. All over. They was not playing with his butt. They wasn't doing no simple YouTube videos on his behind. Okay. And I did have those BBC specials out, but they took them down. So, yeah, when he had one of theirs, they went hard on him behind and they got her back and they exposed him nationally. Way more coverage than we could ever do with our little YouTubes. Now he has black people. So he got black people on his tail. That's how this works, Nature Boy. So don't even try it. Don't even try it. That one right there is not working. Nobody is doing videos on you just because you in the tropics getting some sun with your nakedness and your shoes off. Nobody's mad at that. That's the shit we do like. Good on ya. That if we're mad at anything about that is because it's not positively affecting you as it should, even according to your own words, your own teachings. It's supposed to activate the good shit in you. Apparently there is none in you, or it's not enough, or the evil outweighs the good, because look at the things that you're still doing. Even though you are doing all of this, what you're telling everybody we need to do, get closer to the sun, eat that B6 diet. I think it's maybe you got to get your diet right. Y'all ain't doing no herbs, and you eat too much starch. Try that. And you need to cleanse your blood. You know what Dr. Sebi said, but you throw away some of that stuff. That's on you. I think you need an exorcism, to be honest.
So what I'm saying to you right now is...
Face. To your face. But they're plotting on you. They are.
But even if they are,
right.
There's only a particular group of them that's are. And I cannot label 7 billion people on this planet. I cannot label all white people bad. I cannot do that. I would be ignorant, and I would not be much of a leader to you to do that.
Right.
You can't do that. You gotta judge people individually by what they do in their creed, and not by their skin alone. You cannot.
So why is it always black people that have to be the bigger person? Why is it we've been having our foot?
The reason why black people have to be the bigger person, because we are the original, and white people come from us. They're actually a reflection of what we became to survive in the natural climate and environments that were harsh on humanity. So we have to understand that there's no man outside the black man. That the white man is a form of the black man in his lower self. And like I said, just because your skin lacks melanin does not make you automatically a bad person.
Okay. Now
it depends on your natal chart. It all depends on your natal chart and your upbringing and your environment that you came up in.
Right. Okay, so I'm not gonna get into much detail about myself, but I am my parents did immigrate from Congo, and I am actually residing in North America right now. So I am of African descent, but the thing is, I have noticed that the African, quote unquote, I hate to use this term, but African Americans, right? The African Americans in North America. So I'm referring to Canada, U.S., and also South America. You guys have been there for the longest time, right? Correct? You guys have been there since the beginning of times, right? And,
that's exactly the truth.
Okay, so
I was tired of hearing her talk anyway. It's funny how I be seeing some of y'all over here in the comment section that come over and comment under my videos. But you comment in peace, though. You do. You comment in peace on my videos. And I don't really, let me see. Yeah, I guess you kind of be nice over here, too. Which would make sense. You know, if you're going to comment, you might as well be nice. It doesn't make sense to comment and get blocked. But yeah, I see you. I see you, J Ghost Star. I hope y'all don't get mad for me calling you out. Oh my goodness. Okay, enough of him. Somebody said to ask Gail what happened to those 300 children that got missing from Oprah's school. And when is she doing the Harvey Weinstein's interview and whatnot? But Michi went in earlier, and you know, she made some good points. As usual, I don't always be 100% on board with what Michi says, but I do agree with the concept of where she's coming from. So let's take a listen to some of what she's saying.
Moment, I know it's improv too, but I got some shit I got to say. I find that's the best time to say it. Plus, I gotta come back later to talk about something else. So
I might add, Michi X. If I were to show you guys a picture of my your grandmother on my mother's side, I might do that. I might pull that up. She looks so much like her. I swear.
Many of y'all have seen this old crybaby ass interview with R. Kelly, right? Because I'm really angry. I want to tell people that watch this video, you black folks, you might want to keep your finger on the unsubscribe button, because I say shit that people don't like and then they want to unsubscribe from me. You might want to today, because I'm fucking tired of black folks at this moment. I really am. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about R. Kelly. Let's talk about all these caping ass black people in the damn community. Let's talk about these disregarding ass, trifling ass black women who want to keep caping for R. Kelly and his situation. How we want to keep screaming white supremacy. So let's unpack this shit, okay? So you have R. Kelly on this interview. He's crying, talking about it's unfair. I don't know how many of you have ever, shout out to you, Terrell, thank you. How many of you understand what a narcissist is, right? But all he was doing was being a narcissist, right? That's what they do. It's never their fault. It's everybody else's fault. This motherfucker want to be on here crying, talking about, I need help, right? And Gail asked him, what does he need help with? He says he needs help with the fact that his heart is too big. R. Kelly, if you don't shut the fuck up. So he needs help because his heart is too big, and because all these people are lying on him and they betrayed him because he's good to people, and then people just turn around and they just do him wrong like this. R. Kelly needs to shut the fuck up. But more importantly, about R. Kelly, I want the black community to shut the fuck up. So I may offend some people today, and it won't be my cussing, it might be my commentary, right? And people can get upset with me. Now, I talk about the history of fucking white supremacy all the time. If you have watched Michi, if you have followed me from day one, that's what I do, right? So, someone who breaks down the history of white supremacy and how we got to where we are, what I would like to say is, if we understand white supremacy and we understand that he is a sexual assaulter and all of these things have been put on the black community, right? Speaking to these fucking dumbass, I'm pro-black ass people, that everything is white supremacy, and even if it was, who the fuck is responsible for fixing it, right? I'm talking to the motherfucking women who want to keep caping and says that in order to be pro-black, that means that no matter what any black person does, we're not allowed to call them to the fucking carpet. Because if you do, then all of a sudden you working with white supremacy. Y'all sound stupid as fuck, and I allow people to have a difference of opinion, but on my page, I'm gonna say how I feel, and if y'all don't like it, I don't give a motherfucking fuck. People say it's trolls. I don't know. I ain't been looking at the comments. Fuck you trolls too, but welcome to the goddamn live. Hey. Like, hit that like button for us, sister. Shit, subscribe so you can come back and troll all the time, motherfucker. Okay? But let's pay attention to this. So we understand that it's white supremacy, right? We know that, right? White supremacy is using all of these issues so that they can bring down black men and all of this good stuff, and we just want to lump everybody's case in there. Let me tell you something. Bill Cosby's case is not R. Kelly's case. You can scream that about Bill Cosby, but you can't scream that shit about R. Kelly. Now, if we understand that the black community has gotten all of this dysfunction from white supremacy, okay, seem like a lot of y'all seem to get that, because I see a lot of the black community on these fucking videos on social media, everywhere, talking about, okay, that this is white supremacy and we need to recognize what it is and we need to understand where it comes from. Okay, let's say that we got it. We got that shit. White supremacy is motherfucking white supremacy. It's all they goddamn fought, right? So now, what do? Now, what do we do? Black people up here giving all y'all fucking commentary and sound stupid as fuck. So what do we do now? I have always screamed from the beginning, yes, accountability. I've always screamed from the beginning, and I dare anybody to tell me that I haven't. If you say that I haven't, then you ain't been watching me and you ain't a goddamn follower of mine. You just jumped on the video. I have always said that, are we not our answer? Aren't black people the answer to us getting free? Mm-hmm. I mean, are you waiting on the same white supremacy to free us that we say oppresses us? So if we're our answer and it's up to us to get up and be our answer to getting free, because nobody's coming to save us, right? If that's what we're supposed to do, somewhere in there, doesn't accountability matter? So if we know this is where it comes from, where do black people start to say, now that we know where it comes from, who is it up to stop it? It's not up to the black community to stop it. Who we waiting on to stop it then? Because, calling R. Kelly to the carpet and making this motherfucker accountable for what he's done, that is us being our answer. Is it not? So we know where the root came from. We know what the problem is. I don't hear none of you, I'm pro-black, oh, it's all white supremacy fault. I don't hear none of you motherfuckers with an answer. Where the fuck is your answer? I just need to know. Because y'all pissing me off. Y'all are pissing me off. You're pissing me off. Because if you understood how white supremacy worked to the fullness, you would understand that our response to R. Kelly is also an effect of fucking white supremacy. But you don't realize that your response is. The response that says this. How many goddamn black people have you heard say that Gail, because I've heard it too, right? Gail, do you know who Gail is? Gail is the woman who interviewed R. Kelly. Now I hear black people saying that Gail is being used by white supremacy. How so? A black woman interviews a black man that is a big issue in the black community, right? About him abusing black girls. How is she being used for white supremacy? Would you prefer that a white woman interview R. Kelly about what he did in the black community to black girls?
Right.
Somebody said she chose that decision to interview, but so what? Why is it not more better that more acceptable that a black woman talk to the black man about what the fuck he's doing to black women? Why shouldn't a black woman do that?
Somebody got to do it because he got to go down.
I don't understand the logic in saying there's a problem with that. Now, what the fuck would you be saying if it was Katie Couric? If it was a white woman, what you would have said then? Look at white supremacy. Look at white supremacy. They got this white woman up here interviewing this black man. Seem like to me, no matter which way we dice it or cut it, we're so obsessed with white supremacy, everything is white supremacy.
Okay, hold on, Michi. Now, I love what she was saying there, okay? And I haven't seen any videos of who she may have been referring to. But then after I saw hers, of course, I happened upon Organic Illionaire, and I watch him sometimes, and he does good videos, here and there, and I kind of agree with him sometimes even less than I would agree with Michi. And that's probably could be just because he has the guy's perspectives, on a lot of the stuff, and it's, more geared towards guy stuff. So that would make sense. And in this case, I'm pretty sure he's coming from a guy perspective, and I'm pretty sure this is probably one of the videos that she's talking about. However, there is a segment in this video where he is making points that line up with some of the points that I was making in my video. Okay. I don't agree with the title, and I haven't listened to the whole video, but I did hear him sounding off some names of some other people that need to be called to the table as well. So we're going to listen to that part, but we're also going to let this little skit of R. Kelly's play because it was just so darn funny. So roll that beautiful bean footage.
Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement. Right. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I can't help 30 years of my career. Robert. 30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it.
Have you ever had sex?
Let me say this. Let me say this real quick. The part about the relationship with the children, I'm not trying to be funny because I don't know all the facts behind this. But as far as we do know, he has not been trying to do that before. So miss me with that, R. Kelly. And secondly, if I was your woman, dude, I'm sorry, but you just lost me with that. Like, get out of here. Mm-mm.
Anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never.
No.
Why would these women say the same thing about you? That you are controlling, that you are abusive, that you tell women when to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when they can sleep, where they can dress. Why would all these women tell these different stories about you if they were not true? And they don't know each other. That defies logic to me.
Right. Until you hear the explanation. You can start a rumor on a guy like me or a celebrity just like that. All you have to do is push a button on your phone and say, so-and-so did this to me. R. Kelly did this to me. And if you get any traction from that, if you're able to write a book from that, if you're able to get a reality show, then any girl that I had a relationship in the past that it just didn't work out, she can come and say the same exact thing.
Are you blaming this on social media?
I'm talking about the power of social media. I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart. Because my heart is so big. People betray me and I keep forgiving them.
You sound like you're playing the victim here. You sound like R. Kelly, you do. When I listen to you, it does sound like you're playing the victim.
I'm just telling the truth. And the reason I'm emotional,
Robert,
I apologize for that, is because this is the first time I was able to say something. I've said nothing.
Asked how he would react if his daughter claimed she was victimized by an older man.
Let me tell you something. I'll be up in that mother everything up.
The family of Joycelyn Savage, who reportedly lives with Kelly, responded to the interview. They haven't spoken to Joycelyn in 2 years.
I know for a fact my sister is not okay. I know for a fact R. Kelly is mentally destroying her. And I just want her home. We went from seeing
I know for a fact them eyelashes need to go.
you or talking to you daily or weekly to not seeing you in 2 years. So that is a clear indication to us and as a mother that something's definitely wrong with the situation.
More of Gayle King's interview.
At least Eliana family get to see her on TV every single day. Well, on YouTube and Instagram.
With R. Kelly will air tomorrow on CBS This Morning. You'll also hear directly from Joycelyn Savage and the other woman currently living with the singer. And coming up tonight on CBS 2 News at 5, you'll hear from Gayle King about what happened before and after the interview. Chris and Mary.
Okay, Alex, thank you.
The media is making a spectacle of this R. Kelly situation. They're showing him emotional. They're showing the mammy in his face, asking him hard questions while he breaks down, emotional, in front of the mammy.
Now, I'm sorry, brother, but R. Kelly chose that for himself. He the one who went and did this interview. He the one who broke down. Hey, she got the interview. It is what it is. He didn't have to go up there and do all of that himself. So don't blame the media. Don't blame nobody. He's in the middle of a trial. Him and his lawyer played a bad card on that one. Sorry.
This whole interview air, this will be one of the biggest interviews ever. Why? Because of the advertisement. They have an emotional black man in front of the mammy. And she is... Listen, stop calling her mammy. That's cold-blooded. Trying to put this on the female. Sometimes you guys have a legitimate gripe, against some things. But right here, this is not it, okay? Don't try to blame this on the female. R. Kelly committed these crimes. R. Kelly is the one being accused, prosecuted, thrown in jail, and this is his issue, okay? R. Kelly put himself in this situation. R. Kelly is the one who decided to go and have this interview, and he behaved this way. So it is not Gayle's fault for doing her job, which is interviewing him. She didn't trigger him. He triggered himself. He's acting like this. This is all on him. You can't blame her. Sorry. Going to question him
on his sexual escapades? Why aren't they interviewing the black woman who bailed him out of jail? Now,
Interviewing her, why? Maybe they will eventually interview her. Who knows? But right now, this is the biggest interview. It's R. Kelly. He's the one who's being accused of this, and he's been accused of this for years, and he never would give an interview, and now he's finally giving one. She was the lucky person to get the interview. Anybody in this career would be fortunate to get the interview. So what are you talking about? I'm sorry, but you're going to have to give this one to your boy. Sorry.
I understand that culturally he's black, okay? Black American. So therefore, you have black Americans' opinion on it, and then you have the public's opinion on it. Now, the public's opinion
How he's looking in this frozen picture is priceless.
on it is he's guilty. Get that nigga, okay? Now, if he is in fact guilty, bring him to justice. But a question is raised. Well, multiple questions are raised, but there's one specific question that is raised. Why aren't there any white men being interviewed like this?
Okay, now we talking. Now we on the same level, and I can agree with you. Go ahead, rock that shit.
Harvey Weinstein is actually accused of raping a woman. Salma Hayek, Rose McGowan, just to name a few. Where is his interview like this? Angelina Jolie. This woman is a huge actress globally. She's accused and accusing Weinstein of sexual harassment and or rape, fondling. Why isn't that pervert being interviewed like this? Why is the face of sexual harassment, rape allegations a black male, a North American black male? You take a look at Oprah, how she interviewed actors saying that Michael Jackson molested them. Michael Jackson did not molest any children. Michael Jackson is, in fact, a black man. So you have Oprah helping these evil people slander Michael Jackson even after his death. Then you have a long list of white men in Hollywood, directors. I mean, these guys hold a lot of power. People like Ben Affleck. Where is his interview? Scott Baio. Where is his interview?
These are some good questions. Where are their interviews at?
Mario Batali. Where is his interview? Luke Besson, David Blaine, Nick Carter. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Why is this a black male issue only? Why are only black men being put in the media for this sexual harassment, rape?
Okay, so this is why I say we need to have a happy medium on this, okay? Not go at each other's throats, not be at odds, okay? We don't need to call the sisters mammies, and we don't need, like, this doesn't need to be a gender issue. It doesn't need to be a battle, all right? We know that, you know, Bill Cosby and R. Kelly situation was separate, okay? But we do understand that they are gunning for our men. That's clear, okay? But we can't get mad at Gail for doing her job. Sorry, we just can't do that. R. Kelly is the one who went and did this interview. But at the same time, you know, we have to be able to recognize the fact that they are doing these things with our people, but they're not going after their own people. Okay, so we should be able to say that. But at the same time, Michi is making great points as well. You know, we still have to be willing to say, if they're guilty, they need to be held accountable. You know, we should not have a problem with R. Kelly being called to the table. We're not, we should be clear in saying that R. Kelly, it's on you, bud. You gotta go. So when Organic Illionaire is saying, oh, well, they're making him look bad, this, that, and the third. No, don't complain about that. R. Kelly is doing all of this to himself, just like he did it to himself when he committed the crimes. Period. End of story. There's nobody to blame. He needs to be called to the carpet. But we cannot ignore the fact that they're lining them up. But they're not lining their people up. They're keeping those stories low key. And yes, our people are helping keep those stories low key. So I have to give credit to him for lining those names up and calling them out in his videos.
Pedophile, child molester, but these white men are being let off the hook. Well, at least in the media, especially in the media. They're not talking about these white men like they're talking about black men in the media concerning these disgusting sexual allegations. Now,
and this is true. And we know that they're not going to do it. We know that they're not going to do it. But we have a right to say so. We have a right to say so. Okay. And my point, what I'm saying, is that we should not contribute to them, helping them tear down each and everything that our people do. I think I saw, who was it? Okay, so I don't know how to pull up the community tab post, old community tab post, but it was Thought Crimes. They had posted, I think it was a few days ago, and they were asking a question, doing a poll about what issues do we need to make, like, do we need to discuss? Do we need to make a big deal? Okay, because we can't, like, we need to be on the same page about stuff. We can't make a big deal out of everything, but we do need to address things, as Michi is saying. We do need to hold people accountable. And you have some people that are saying about R. Kelly, we don't want them to deal with them. Let us deal with them. Well, we know that we're not there. That's not the position that we are in. We're not ready for that level of responsibility. We don't have ourselves in order for that. A lot of us can't even self-govern, much less. How are we going to hold R. Kelly accountable? What are we going to deal with him? If that was the case, he would have been dealt with. And he wouldn't have gotten away with as much as he would have got away with. Okay? So just like they always uphold the law, their laws, the laws that they created, they have to uphold the law with R. Kelly. So we can't whine and complain and fuss about what they need to do with R. Kelly and when they decided to do it. The fact is, when you do things you're not supposed to do, eventually you're going to get spanked for it. That's what it is. And we know that they're not going to do the same things with their people because that's how they rock. So at the end of the day, how are we going to move? How are we going to behave? That's what we need to be concerned about more than anything else. So I'm going to choose to let you guys ride out with Michi.
I know. So we don't want Gail to interview him because how dare a black woman talk about what black men are doing to black women? How dare a white person ask R. Kelly about anything he's doing because they're white? So the only other choice that I would assume the black community that is saying this bullshit would want us to partake in, I get it. The only solution that's left. Shout out to you, Mark. Thank you. He said he looked real guilty in that video. It was a good idea to have a black woman do it. It was. But see, this is the thing. If we don't want to do any of those things, what is the only other choice? I know. The one that the black community has been using for years. The one that we use in our community. The reason that we give R. Kelly a fucking pass. You know that rule that says, let's just not talk about it. That's what... That's what would make black people happy. Then there would be no white supremacy involved. But I dare to tell you, you's a stupid motherfucker if you think that you understand white supremacy down to the fullness when you really haven't unpacked the fact that you fucking pro-black people who keep saying this is white supremacy and we shouldn't be doing this and Gail is being used for white supremacy and we shouldn't be checking R. Kelly. You do know that that response is a motherfucking direct effect of white supremacy on you. That's white supremacy too. You didn't know that, right? Because that's what white supremacy wants you to do. To shut the fuck up, not address these issues, and continue to let the molesting ass uncle come to the barbecue. Right? We don't want to talk about that though. No. See, white people and society can't talk about the issues in the black community, and God forbid that black people talk about the issues in the black community, because therefore we're sellouts, and when white people do it, they're white supremacists. So I guess we should just all be quiet. Let's not talk about the shit that happens in our communities that we need to deal with. Let's not do that. Let's just be quiet. Pretend that grandpa is not feeling on all the kids, right? Let's pretend that this babysitter didn't molest your son when she was supposed to be watching him. Just be quiet and it will go away. And then don't talk about mental disorders in the black community, because if you just act like it's a stigma, unsubscribe then. I don't give a fuck, D-Stone. You didn't have to say that. You could have just unsubscribed, but be out. And anybody else that want to. See, this is the stuff that make you free, but don't nobody really want to hear it. Now, let's talk about that. Somebody just said, right? Somebody just said that the community, that the staff around him, and that the adults, right, need to be held accountable. I agree with that. But the funny thing is that everybody keeps talking about who need to be held accountable, but R. Kelly. I don't know, when somebody commits a murder, even though everybody is facing the same amount of time, I mean, the person who actually murdered that person versus the one who drove them there and didn't go inside and didn't pull the trigger and stab them, who is more liable? Who should be held more accountable? A lot of people should be held accountable. But what we seem to forget, which pisses me off, right? We did all this screaming about how Me Too doesn't care about black girls or black women. When we gonna see some justice for black girls? And now black girls are getting some justice. But because it's a black man that did it, we should just be quiet. It shows me a bigger problem in the black community, that the black community doesn't value black girls worth anything. We're just sexual objects. Nobody gives a fuck about what happens to black girls because they should be able to take it, right? I want y'all to listen to the black community's reactions to all of this. Michi is canceled. Your mama is canceled. You can never cancel me, Callie baby. What you can do is cancel your motherfucking subscription to this channel and not come back. But you don't reign or rule over me. You don't cancel shit about Michi when it comes to her life. So guess what? You can unsubscribe. You have the ability to do that. But other than that, you can't never cancel me, motherfucker. So cancel your subscription and feel the need to just please leave. And you don't have to tell anybody you're leaving. I promise I won't miss your ass. But make sure, since you gave me a view, before you leave, motherfucker, hit that like button too, right? Or hit the thumbs down. I don't give a motherfucking fuck. But nobody seems to care about the black girls in the community, right? Because everybody says they're fast. It was their mama. It was their parents' fault. You know, it reminds me of how we argue in the black community. Whose fault is it that all these children are being raised in households where nobody is loving on them? Shout out to you, Lawrence. Thank you for that, King. Right? Is it the women that are raising these badass kids in the hood, or is it the men because they not there? All the while we're having this argument, right? Was it the parents? Was it the community? Was it these fast ass girls? Right? The whole time we're having these arguments, nobody's thinking about the children now. If the parents sold their kids out for money, that's sad as fuck. That their parents didn't care, right? Shout out to you. This is the side show. Thank you for that. But in the midst of it, who's paying the price? These girls are paying the price. So whether the parents are wrong or Kelly was wrong, nobody is saying everybody has done these children wrong. And regardless of who needs to pay a price for it, At the end of the day, we are just turning around and we are not caring about these girls' situations, all the things that have happened to them, and we find every other fucking excuse other than standing out here and protecting these girls. Which tells me in the black community, that's a bigger issue. Because if you look at the commentary, there are so many people in the black community. People who say they're about the black community. Yes, he is back in jail. He's in jail for not paying his child support. And I think that's kind of, that has nothing to do with the case. It's neither here nor there. If they was going to lock him up for that shit, they should have done it a long time ago. But they're just doing it because he made his bill. They want to find a reason to put him back in there. I think it's a shame all the years he has worked, this man ain't got no money to pay his damn child support. What you would not do is pimp me. I wish I would make money for a company for 30 motherfucking years and be broke as hell. Y'all got me fucked up. But that was his choice. Shout out to you, B-Town Media. He says, when it comes to our black children, we should protect them first and worry about supremacy later. Let me tell you something, a hashtag that people keep saying, them first. I don't know where they got that shit from. I think Tariq Nasheed made it up, them first. Yes, I do want to see white people go to jail for the shit that they get off all the time and black people don't. But let me tell you something else. I don't want to see the white folks go to jail so bad that it's saving white children while we're steady not doing anything for the black community. If you're not concerned about protecting black people and you just want to see a Catholic priest go to jail so you can save a bunch of little white boys over the fact that you don't want to see black girls saved, something fucking wrong with you. Don't talk to me about white supremacy because you're a product of it if that's the way you think and you don't even fucking know. Talk about the roots and the history of white supremacy. Well, you skipped a piece of history that taught you why the fuck you think the way you think. Shout out to you, Tony Smith. Facing your demons is the first step on the road to recovery. I don't condone his behavior, but I support his healing and recovery. Well, let me say that. Shout out to you for the donation, and thank you, LaShawn Thomas. Let me see. I'm a little behind. Shout out to you, CD. No, because he was acquitted, Michi. Stop taking your childhood abuse out on innocent black men. You're trying to get justice for your pain through him. I'm glad that you donated that $5 to have your comment read, but you sound stupid as fuck. I'm not trying to recap my childhood or get any justice for anything. You sound stupid because the truth of the matter is that this is a big issue in the black community everywhere. And you know what's funny? I'm glad that you brought up the issue of him being acquitted, because it's funny how when R. Kelly was acquitted, even though we saw what we saw with our own eyes, we all know that there were things that he has done that he is guilty of, right? But the court of law found him not guilty. It's funny how when black men go to jail, though, for things they didn't do at all and they're innocent, but they're found guilty, now all of a sudden the system don't work. So it's okay for us to say innocent people go to jail and they get found guilty when they're innocent. But just because the court of law said there wasn't enough fucking evidence to prove that this man did what he did in the court of law's eyes, we gonna sit here and say just because the court found him not guilty means that he didn't do it? Really? Do you know how many guilty people get off? You sound stupid as fuck. It's funny how it works that way. They acquitted him, you need to stop. Okay. But we know for a fact, whether they acquitted him or not, that he illegally married a juvenile child called Aaliyah. Oh, we don't know that. We forgot that shit though, huh? I'm not in the mood today. Don't talk to me if you're a stupid motherfucker. I might not cuss you out too bad because you gave $5 just to say that dumb shit. But if you would like me to PayPal it to you back, motherfucker, just give me the address, okay? And I'll give you back $10. How about that for your comment? You sound stupid as fuck. Everybody want to be psychologists. I got a degree on my wall for psychology. Do you, motherfucker? Trying to tell me I just want the man to go to jail because of my childhood history. Do you know what happened to me in my childhood? Do you know anything about my childhood life? Now you want to psychologically analyze me. Nigga, you late for your GED. You better get the fuck down the road for you missed that test for the 3rd time, bitch. Fuck off my page. Thank you for the $5 though. Can you you can unsubscribe if you want to, or you can stay here, right? But share the video. Say whatever the fuck you want to say when you share it, but share it. Fuck out of here. I'm not in the mood today. I'm not in the mood today because it's some bullshit. See, I can sit here all day long and talk about white supremacy and what the fuck white supremacy do wrong, and we need to fight back and we need to do this and we need to do that. But as soon as a motherfucker tell you the black community needs to take an accountability, we need to check ourselves. We need to check our people. This motherfucker doing something wrong. But because they black, they get a pass. Y'all sound stupid as fuck. Like I said, today I'm going to offend some people, and I don't care. Unsubscribe, talk your shit, troll, I don't care. Go tell your mama, your daddy. If your grandma's still alive, tell her to. Tell them come watch me. Shout out to you, Ashton Smith. Thank you. She said, Acquittals don't equate to innocence. Convictions don't equate to guilt. That is very true. But, you know, I just got a degree in criminal justice. I don't use the shit because fuck the system, but I do know how it works a little bit. But we'll go with what people say because black folks work too much on what they think and not what the fuck you know, right? They run on emotion too much. Y'all just mad because ain't no more step in the name of loves and shit. We ain't gonna get no more music from R. Kelly. And y'all steady listening to that shit. While motherfuckers up in your house molesting your kids. So, we can keep saying y'all think it's a personal issue. I think that it's sad in the black community. I think that it's really sad that everybody wants to defend this man. And everybody wants to blame it on white supremacy. Y'all sound stupid as fuck. You know the biggest trick that white supremacy has ever played on us is the division between us as black people in our community, and the fact that we are so willing to hate white supremacy and everything is done to us in this country, which you should, but you should not hate them so much that you are willing to throw your own people under the bus just so you can make a point about white supremacy. You are throwing black girls under the bus when you are calling this white supremacy. R. Kelly needs to go to jail.
Facts.
Shout out to you, Don Tourist. I hope I said that right. Thank you.
Bye, R. Kelly.
I don't know.